Hello, Malik Currington here, Family Budget Fisherman. Thank you for tuning in to this another very special episode on this channel. As you read in the thumbnail and in the description below, I finally got my dream rod, the GLoomis Conquest. I finally got it. And I got a bonus rod, and that is the Baitcast model of the Shimano Poison Ultima. Let's get started. All right, thank you for hanging on in there. Thank you for rocking with the channel. I just want to say on the outset, I'm going to show you a picture real quick. As you can see here, there are 18 rods in this photograph, and 16 of them are specifically ugly sticks, okay? And 2 of them are Shakespeare. All of them are made by Shakespeare. There is one rod in here that I've had since 1981, and I've caught so many thousands of fish on it, I can't name any. And almost all of my biggest fish were caught on this rod. And the youngest one in the rod arsenal is only 10 years old. Okay, I've had these rods for a long time. I've had more ugly sticks than any other category. So I want to preface this video by mentioning, yes, I'm talking about some ultra high-end rods, but if you've been with me for a while, I'm talking about everybody's family budget category here. And I just want to share with you some excitement that I am experiencing right now for a purchase that I made. And I understand this is not for everyone, but you know, enjoy this with me, okay? So for 3 years, I have been aiming to get the GLoomis Conquest. If I say Shimano, I mean GLoomis Conquest, okay? And you've heard me in time say that I think it's a better rod than the NRX Plus. I now can compare the two directly because they're the same models, as a matter of fact. And I'm going to compare the two directly to tell you which one is the best. Here's the NRX Plus paired with a Shimano Accents, okay? And just so that you know what the this has high power exit, and I think the NRX Plus only has Spiral X, okay? Now, so this is the specs on here. This is the 902S SJR, 7'6", fast medium. The lure rating is 1/8 on the low end, 1/2 on the high end. And the line rating is 8-pound test on the low end, 14-pound test on the high end, okay? And like I said, I think the NRX Plus that I have has the similar specs. Okay, yeah, this only has high power X, it doesn't have Spiral X. And this is a 7'6", fast medium, 1/8 on the low end, 3/8 on the high end, and 6-pound test on the low end and 12-pound test on the high end. So there's a little bit of difference there. So there is subtle differences there, and the guide train is different on each of the rods, and we will go through some of those specs later on. Right now I got something else that I want to share with you. And then of course I got this Baitcaster, and you all know the Poison Ultima is like, this is a new level of fishing, okay? This is a Baitcaster, as you can see here, and this is a 6'10", and on the low end it has 1/4 ounce on the lure rating and 3/4 ounce on the high end, and the line rating here is 8 to 15 pound. 8 to 15 pound test on here, but I'm going to be closer to the 10-pound test braid. Well, I'll be on the braid side, so it really won't matter. It'll be low end on the braid. I might even treat this as a BFS, but I want for you to know that I have officially gotten into the Baitcast, but I think I'm only going to have these 2. So as you know, I already have the Mega Bass White Python right here paired with a Zillion. So this is $1,000 combo. I mean, the rod itself is $625. You all know several years ago I won this from the hookup tackle, which was really, really nice. We actually plan to do a buying spree going down there at some point this year. So now, here's the reason why I want to talk to you about this, is that I went to go look for some bass jigs, and I went to go talk to some retailers, and I was able to get both of these rods for the price of one rod. And let me tell you how I did. And as you know, together these rods are about $1,780, okay? Almost $1,800. Now, what happened was this one was discounted down to a certain price. And this was discounted to a certain price. And then I went in there with some money that I had saved, because I was saving up once again for just this, and I was able to get both of these. So my out the door price, I will share that with you. My out the door price for both of these rods, meaning not out the door, because that is a misnomer, and I'll explain that later. My out of pocket price was $975, not including the tax, but $975 was the total, okay? So my out-of-pocket price for this was $515. My out-of-pocket price was $460 for the GLoomis Conquest. So $516 for the Poison Ultima, $460 for the GLoomis Conquest. And you might want to know all the details as to how I was able to make that happen. I'm not going to explain it right here, right now, because there are a lot of people who just come here just for that, so then they can go on and do their thing. I like community. All of you know this. I have given away a lot of money worth in value of merchandise already this year. So you all know I try to be as generous as I am frugal, even on the high end. This right here is for people who are wanting to get in on the high end, and I will explain that to you, but I might put it, I might even put it behind a membership or paywall or something like that later on. I will pretty soon be giving you a review of my Poison Ultimas. As you can see, I have, now that I have the Baitcaster, and here again is the spinning model paired with the Stella. So you're going to get both of those. I hope my elbows aren't super ashy. Okay. And then I will give you my compare and contrast with my NRX Plus and my GLoomis. That'll be a fun trip. And I will pair them up, and so that you can see how they both cast and have a good time sharing that with you. Here's also what I want for you to know. That I am going to be putting together a series of videos that talks about how to get into high-end fishing gear. For many of you, high-end starts as low as $200 for the combo. And I might set a threshold, and I'll let you know what that threshold will be. But there are going to be some factors on it. But I want for you all to start getting into, for those of you who are really, really serious about fishing, and I think I told you this before, you need to get into higher end combos. Maybe not this is extreme. I get it. And I'm in the business. So, I mean, this means something different to me than it does to you. But for those of you who, so for example, a Zodius, an X-Pride, a Tatula, that could also mean for you high end, paired with a comparably priced rod. I mean, a reel as well. That could be high end for you. And it's high end for me, just so that you know. Having this doesn't mean that's not high end, and that is high end. So you look out for those, okay? But I just want for you to know, this is the kind of stuff we've been talking about over the life of this channel. This channel's 7 years old now, and I've been trying to talk to you about the reality of being able to make these kinds of purchases. Okay. When I put together that stand shop because there were so many of you who wanted to have the information and not look at the videos. I need community in order to make this happen. So I will explain in a lot more detail at some point in some way how I got these here. But yeah, and just so that you know, it wasn't all me. Like I said, there was a little bit of a discount that kicked in, and then on top of the discount, I had some money. So what I paid the person who's the company who sold me these, what I paid that company is more than what my out-of-pocket price was. It just so happened I had money saved up from all those special events and people who wanted to be a blessing to me up through this time period, and I was able to add that to this. So for those of you who will say, well, that doesn't mean, you know, you didn't pay it. Well, it was given to me for a purpose. It's like buying a gift card, you know. So at any rate, I'm looking forward to knowing what your comments are. Tell me, what should I pair this with? I am leaning to the Shimano Antares, but you tell me, what should I pair this with? And what should I pair this with? Should I go with another Stella? Should I go with the new Accents B? What should I do for the Conquest and for the new Poison Ultima? I look forward to your comments below. I'll let you all know I did not break my family's budget buying these pieces, these beautiful pieces of equipment. But by every legal and ethical means, I'm going to get out there and do what I tell you to do. Get out there and break your personal best. I'll see you in the next video. May God bless you and keep you is my prayer.